Here she is, walking out the doors, looking at me, smiling. I don't know how to describe this moment. I've been waiting for it for months. I thought about it, imagined how it would feel, and still, when she walked out, I just stood there for a few seconds. Sveta is home. Well, almost. We still have 2 hours to go. But she's here, next to me, and that's already everything. Hey, my name is Alexander. If you're new here, a quick introduction. I live in Russia. I'm a single father raising twins, Arseniy and Yesenia, 6 months old. For a few months, I raised them alone while my wife Sveta was in rehabilitation dealing with postpartum depression. The full story is in the previous videos. Everything from the beginning is there. I don't speak English, AI voice my words. You know this by now. Today she came out, and we're going home. One more thing, and I want to say this clearly. Sveta didn't really want to be filmed. That's her right, and I respect it completely. So some moments in this video are missing. The moment we embraced when she walked out. The first time she held the children. The moment she and her mom saw each other at home. Those moments happened. They were real. They were important. They're just not on camera. I think you understand. We're on the bus now. The kids are in the stroller, asleep. The journey knocked them out almost immediately. Movement, warmth, the steady sound of the engine. They do this every time. Sveta is standing next to me. We're barely talking, just riding. After months of phone calls, just standing next to each other in silence is already something. Outside the window, our city. I want to tell you a little about it, because it's part of this story. It's one of the largest cities in Russia, about 1.5 million people. Founded in 1221, sits at the confluence of 2 rivers, the Oka and the Volga. And that's not just a beautiful fact, it literally shapes life here. The rivers divide the city into 2 parts. The upper part, on the high bank, the historical center, old streets, views of the river. And the lower part, closer to the water, more modern. That's where we live. The clinic where Sveta was is in the upper part. The distance looks small on a map, but with traffic, bridges, and the route, it's 2 hours each way. 2 hours with 2 children in a stroller. I made that trip. She called us. But physically, we were in different parts of the city, almost different worlds. Today, those worlds are joining back together. Outside, a typical early summer day. It rained first. Wet rooftops, reflections in puddles, gray sky over the Volga. Then the sun came out, and the city became completely different. Lighter, warmer, more alive. Then rain again. This kind of weather is normal here, especially in June. You take an umbrella just in case, and you get used to it. We pass old houses and new neighborhoods, tram tracks and small parks. 19th century wooden buildings, next to Soviet apartment blocks, next to modern shopping centers. All of it exists together, somehow. I look at the city and think, how long has it been since I just looked out a window like this with nowhere specific to be? All this time, every trip had a purpose: clinic, pharmacy, groceries, procedures. Always something. Today I'm just going home, with my wife, with the children. The kids are pressed against each other in the stroller the way only they can sleep, completely at ease. All these months I took them through this city alone, in any weather. Now there are 4 of us. That's strange to feel right now, while we're riding. Good strange. The kind you wait a long time for, and when it finally comes, you just stand with it and let yourself get used to it. I think about the last 4 months. All the clinic visits, the sleepless nights, the days when both of them needed something at the same time. All the small decisions made alone, every single one. And I think about all the videos, this channel, how it started as a way to just document what was happening. A friend suggested it. I wasn't sure. And then I figured, this is happening anyway. Might as well record it. And people watched, and wrote, and came back. That meant something. During all of this, it genuinely meant something. Sveta knows about the channel. She's seen some of the videos, including the one where I wrote her a letter, where I said the things that don't fit into a phone call. She didn't say much about it, but she didn't need to. Some things you say, the other person receives, and that's enough. The bus keeps going. The city slides past the window. Rain, then sun, then rain again. The children sleep. Sveta stands next to me. And I think, this is already more than enough for one day. Everything that comes next, the adjustment, the new routines, the things we'll need to figure out, all of that can wait. That's the whole story for this moment. We had already passed the Volga a little earlier, and we could see it from the window. It was wide, gray, and calm. There's something about big rivers. They make everything feel slower, more patient. Like the river doesn't care what happened. It was here before, and it'll be here after. Just moving. I like that thought right now. Just keep moving. That's all. We're getting close to our stop. The kids are still asleep. Sveta looks out the window at the neighborhood. She hasn't seen the city in months. It was winter when she went to the hospital. Now it's summer outside the window. She doesn't say much, just looks. We're going to her mother's home. Our home for now, where we recently moved. A lot has changed in these months. She's about to see all of it at once. The crib in the corner, the changing table, the bouncers, the routine that runs without thinking now. A whole world that was built while she was gone, and now she's walking into it. I hope it doesn't feel overwhelming. I think she's ready, but you never really know until you're in it. Our stop. The kids wake up as we get off. Movement, new sounds, a change in the air. Arseniy looks around immediately. Yesenia blinks and then looks at Sveta and smiles. Right there at the bus stop, before we even walked inside. Just like that. I knew she would. I told you she would. We walked toward the building. 4 of us. First time. The rain has stopped. The pavement is wet and bright. Somewhere nearby there's lilac still blooming. You can smell it. Good day for a homecoming. Any day would have been, but this one, with the rain stopping and the smell of lilac, feels right. Let's go inside. We stopped by the pediatrician on the way. Just a few minutes. Needed to clarify a question about the next vaccination. When, what, how to combine it with what we've already done. The doctor knows our story. She's seen the children from the very beginning. When she saw us come in together, she smiled in a particular way. Didn't say anything extra. Just answered the questions and sent us home. Sometimes quiet understanding is better than words. Home. As I said, the moment Sveta and her mom saw each other we didn't film. That was theirs. Some things aren't for the camera, and that's exactly as it should be. The children needed to be changed into home clothes after the long journey. Sveta took Yesenia. I watched how she did it, how she held her, how she talked to her quietly while changing her. A little uncertain, because a lot of time has passed, but hands remember. Yesenia watched her carefully, then smiled. Widely, immediately, the way she does. Sveta laughed. Not loudly, it just came out. Relief, joy, something that had been building for a long time and finally found a way out. Then Arseniy. He let himself be changed, patiently, without fuss. He watched her the whole time, still studying, but differently now, not cautiously, just carefully. With him, that's a good sign. Then she fed them. Fruit puree first, then vegetable, spoon by spoon. The children ate well, opened their mouths, took the food, made faces at the taste, and opened their mouths again. I sat next to them and watched. Her holding the spoon, talking to them quietly, them looking at her and eating. How they accepted her, calmly, easily, like nothing had happened. Children don't hold things against you. They don't know what it means that she was gone for 4 months. For them, she's simply a person who holds them, talks to them, feeds them. And they open toward that person, without preamble, without explanation. Just yes. I thought about that while I watched, about how children are built differently from adults. We remember, accumulate, carry things. They're simply in the moment. And in this moment, Mom is here. That's enough. I'm glad they're like that. It was a long day. A trip to the hospital, a 2-hour bus ride back, a visit to a pediatrician, and dealing with children and other matters at home. Many small things that together make up a first day. Not perfect, not like in a film, just a day, real, alive, with tiredness and awkwardness and laughter and silence. Exactly what a first day should be after a long time apart. In the evening, the children fell asleep. Sveta and I sat quietly. Talked a little, mostly silence. We didn't need many words. She's home. We're all together. For the first time in 4 months, all 4 of us under one roof. That's everything. Thank you for being with us through all of this. If you've been following from the beginning, you know what we went through. And you being here mattered. It really did. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Leave a like. A new chapter is ahead, and I'm glad you're with us. See you in the next video.